Ejumapa, Ejumaba, the Benetuma. Why I say, and I say, what you about? Tiana, this is a secret. This shall love to Abano, Famama, or the Yawa. You and you, double tracking, obey everyone. School, I know, free searches, by you. Mama don't commence back. Interesting, I'm going for why I say, and I say, what you about? Tiana, I'm not sure. I don't remember why I say, COVID level. Obey everyone. God, I'm into a gun of way. Yeah, resistance. Twabapa. Yeah, resistance.
Tiana, Tiana.
I don't remember. Mama don't. I can't tell you. So yeah, I will. Ejumapa, Gunimde, I don't remember. Mama don't commence back. Interesting, I'm going for why I say, and I say, what you about? Tiana, I'm not sure. I don't remember why I say, COVID level. Obey everyone. God, I'm into a gun of way. Yeah, resistance. Twabapa. I want you to submit to my
Papalo Radio. Straight up. MVP. Papalo Radio. Straight up. So sorry for the breaking transmission. It was beyond our comprehension. There's nothing we could have done about it. So forgive us. Don't forget we're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com, on Facebook Papalo Radio /TV. Like the page, put your notification button on so that anytime we come online, you'll be first to be notified. Alright, so the show is Mpɔtam, your favorite current affairs show, a political show. Alright, so very soon I'll be discussing this pertinent subject with Mr. John Appiah. Don't forget that he is a human capital development consultant, rising to the top of your career. So we are discussing professional career time on your radio. So it's time to give him a call and then we do a chit chat. Mr. John Afaji Appiah. Today I've mentioned the second name. Alright, so we are ready to rumble. Let me acknowledge our sponsors one more time. Number one, shoes, Shabak Photography, Papalo Farm. They are sponsors. They've made it possible for us to come online and inform, educate, and entertain. It's time to learn. 30 minutes of studies, raw message, raw information. And when we are done, we'll have Okran or Kojabo. We'll also be here to advocate, to tell us more about what's happening on our roads. Are we safe on our roads around this festive period? Alright. This one is so we need peace. All we need is peace. Alright. 24-hour economy. Dr. Mahmoud Bahomia is also promising the continuity of the free SHS. Who are you voting for on the 7th of December, and why are you voting for that political party, that presidential candidate? Alright, so let me go for a break, and when I'm back we'll do more. Stick and stay right here. The show is Mpɔtam with Papalo Perfect.
Ejumapa Gunimde Ayadorebo
Alright, so how beautiful it is for two to dwell together in unity. So you see these political figures or political personalities you are rooting for. They are friends. Some are friends in GHS, SHS, university, and other institutions. The man I'm going to interview were once schoolmates. The best school is Pope John Secondary School, and all and the others. And you can say whatever you like. I care less. Pojoba. The only secondary school in Ghana and the others.
Your mind.
The best.
Nice one.
Last time I made Fantipim now for phobia water Mahana, the we almost Charlie and I produce no more way, produce and I'm Munya, but we are coming.
Sharp.
Like articulator without break. Your Excellency,
Yes, sir.
Bokodie, how are you?
Oh, Nyamenekene, Biawako.
Bless God. I hope work is fine.
Oh, yes, all going well.
We are happy to have you back on radio.
I'm happy to be on your platform as always.
And I love the topic. I mean, today we are discussing career and then how one can rise to the top of his or her career. Beautiful piece. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Mr. John Appiah. He's a human capital development consultant. So what are we discussing today?
Well, today we're discussing something which is very, very dear to my heart. We're looking at how young people especially can rise up and make significant progress in whatever it is that they find themselves doing.
That's right.
So whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you are an advocate, whether you started your own NGO, whether you work with an organization, whether you are in the informal sector, whatever it is you are doing, it is extremely important for you to be able to rise up to get to the very top level.
That's right.
And there are so many benefits that comes to you when you're able to rise to the top. So today, I want our focus to be on what you can do and how you can put in place measures and strategies to help you get to the top.
So professionalism at the best.
Yes.
So can everyone rise to the top of his or her career? Is it possible?
Yes, I believe it is very possible, and our possibility is not a political possibility.
That's right.
It's a reality. It is something that can happen, right? And I'll tell you for a fact that look, no matter how low you may find yourself on the ladder today, no matter where you may find yourself, no matter how you may be struggling, if you decide to do the right things and apply the right principles, I can guarantee that you can surely rise up to the very top of your career. And for the information of the people listening to us, it is not everybody who you find at the top who just woke up one morning and was at the top. It started from somewhere. It is a journey. And even if you're at the top and you don't even hold the right principles in place, you will still sink down again. So it is possible for everyone, no matter your career background, to rise up to the top. And that is what we want to encourage our people listening to us to have at the back of their minds. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, you still have what it takes to be able to rise to the very top.
Amazing. So when one says that I'm struggling, my career is not doing well, or my vocation, anything I'm doing doesn't work, and we blame everything on spirituality, this part of our world, everything is spiritual. What would be your advice to such people who speak in this manner?
So I am somebody who believes in the power of the supernatural.
That's right.
I believe in the power of God, and I believe that God plays an integral part in helping people rise to the top. But with that said, our God, or the God I serve, and I believe you also serve, is not a God who entertains people that are lazy, who entertains people that are full of excuses. He believes that you have to do your part, you have to play your role, you have to do what is expected of you, and he will add his blessing to your work, and then you can rise. So those who are being very spiritual and attributing their current status in life to their spirituality and blaming everybody but themselves, they need to understand that even the good book says that it is the hand of the diligent that rules. It is the hand of the diligent that rules. What it means is that you can do everything you can do. You can soak yourself in anointing oil overnight. You can pray from morning to evening. But if you don't apply yourself to diligence, there's no way you will see progress in your life. And that same good book also makes us aware that he blesses the work of our hands.
That's right.
So if you have nothing doing, if there's nothing in your hand, then what are you expecting God to bless for you? If you look at the story of Moses, God asked him, what do you have in your hand? And he said he had a rod. And was the rod that God used as a sign and miracle to help the Israelites to leave Egypt. So you need to understand, you have to have something doing in your hand. You need to have something going for you. You can't blame the witches and the wizards and all that if you continue to have nothing for yourself. So I think that we have gone past the era where we are blaming and attributing our failure in life to supernatural powers that are beyond our reasoning and our understanding. Yes, they do exist. Yes, it is something that happens. But if you have something doing for yourself, if you are diligent, if you are working in a particular trajectory or along a particular trajectory, then you can have the blessings of the supernatural to help you to excel. And my brother, I'm convinced that God rewards diligence. That's why he even says that he rewards those that diligently seek him.
That's right.
So if you are working very diligently, I don't believe there's any force on this earth that can bring you down, because the blessings of the Almighty is upon the hand of the diligent.
That's right. Your Excellency, interestingly, some of these people who complain a lot about their inability to rise to the top might be due to their personal choices, circumstances, and level of competition. Because I believe that everybody has a particular strategy to get to the top. Some are using fair and foul means, but with dedication, hard work, and the right strategy, I think we can make significant success and rise to leadership positions. I agree with
absolutely.
you.
Absolutely,
and
yes.
this is a good time for us to discuss this, because most of our youth are not doing the right things to, get to the top. Most of them want the quick fixes, go and do betting, go and do this, go and do that. A lot of suggestions are being churned out, especially on our social media platforms. So what are the key reasons why some people don't rise to the top of their careers or profession?
I love the precedence you set. I love the preamble you put in place. A lot of young people are looking at short-term fixes just to get to the top. A lot of them are fixated on what I call the microwave solutions. And it is not everything that you can microwave. The way I like my fufu, you can't put cassava and how do you call it, a plantain in the microwave and then it will turn to fufu. It has to go through the mill, right? So speaking of the key reasons why people don't rise to the top in terms of their career and profession, for me, one of the reasons I have come to understand or see from the people I've engaged with is the fact that a lot of people are unwilling to leave their comfort zone.
That's right.
A lot of people are unwilling to leave their comfort zone, because you see, when you are at the top, believe it or not, like one of these musicians said, it is lonely at the top.
That's right.
So sometimes just the thought of you being at the top, being the person leading, and the expectations on you and the societal pressures and all that, some people just consider that, look, I'm okay in the middle. I don't have to rise to the top. I am simply okay in the middle. I won't worry myself. I won't stress myself. There's no need to burn any midnight oil. I am just okay in the middle. And that is one of the main reasons why people are unable to rise to the top of their profession.
Right.
I think that people are just unwilling to leave their comfort zone, because to be able to get to the top, you'll be stretched, and there's no two ways about it.
Right.
But a lot of people are comfortable just being where they are, and then that is it. The other reason why I think that people don't rise to the top of their careers is that some people too are inherently lazy. They are lazy.
Like that.
They don't want to do any extra work. They don't want to go the extra mile. They don't want to exert any sort of pressure or any sort of stress. They are just okay where they find themselves in. And because of laziness, a lot of people have not been able to become the best versions of themselves. They would rather sleep than wake up a bit early to study or learn or to practice. They would rather be in their bed rather than go to the gym, for example, to work out, or go to work early to be able to get some work done. They are unwilling to stay beyond the working hours, because once it is 5, they have closed. Even when you are bringing them work to do as a supervisor or a manager, they frown their faces at you. People just avoid work. And I think that cause, or that one reason of laziness, or that one very important reason why people are not able to rise to the top, is that a lot of people are simply lazy people. They are just lazy people. They don't want to do anything extra. And unfortunately, when you accuse people of being lazy, they think you are insulting them. They think that you are against them. They think that you are being prejudiced in your engagement with them. But the truth of the matter exists. If you are lazy, there is no way you can rise to the top. The third reason why I think that a lot of people don't also rise to the top is that some people are just with the wrong network of people.
That's right.
Wrong associations.
So poor networking and relationship building.
Exactly. These things can draw you back, because all the people in your pool of friends are people that are not willing to rise to the top. They are people that are average people. They are people that are mediocre people. They are people that don't push you. They are people that don't exert a positive peer pressure on you to become the best, because all of them are simply wallowing just at the bottom, and everybody is happy and excited and content. So you wake up in the morning and you call one, Kweku, where are you? Oh, boss, I'm still at the bottom. Oh, Charlie, then I'm not alone. Then they are okay. You know, so the wrong association or being a part of a wrong network can influence you negatively and prevent you from rising to the top. The other issue too is that a lot of people too don't have mentors and role models in their lives that will inspire them and push them. They don't have anybody they can look up to, anybody they can aspire to become like. They are just content whatever they find themselves doing. They are just okay with it. They don't have people that they can look up to for encouragement and for motivation and for that inner push to help them to become the best. And if you lack those mentors or lack those powerful role models that can serve as an example for you that yes, he was able to do it, she was able to do it, so I have what it takes to do it. If people don't see such positive role models in their lives, or they don't have access to such positive mentors in their lives, then they are stifled in terms of their ability to rise to the top. So I think that the absence of mentors and role models can also negatively affect people and prevent people from rising to the top. And maybe the last reason I'll give for why sometimes people don't rise to the top of their careers or their profession is that a lot of people will choose short-term comfort over long-term comfort.
That's right.
They are willing today to enjoy and squander everything they have, and they don't think about tomorrow. And I think that mindset and that mentality can be a strong obstruction to people becoming the very best versions of themselves. So if you are always fixated on the short-term comfort, I would rather sleep than stay up a bit. I would rather enjoy my money now than save something and use it to be part of maybe going for extra classes or paying for online classes. People are just enjoying themselves, just thinking about today, forgetting about tomorrow. So people that are short-term focused sometimes are unable to rise to the top.
Wow. I know some of them also lack clear goals and vision. I mean, they don't actually have a clear-cut vision. You meet some of them, what do you want to do? What work? It's any work. And I'm like, any work? You mean what? I know as a human capital consultant, I know that you go through some of these, issues where people, you meet them, what do you want to do? And they can't even tell you. They can't make it clear. So I think it's a good topic we are discussing. Somebody saying that some of the mentors also don't give us access to themselves, whilst the mentees are also not availing themselves to be mentored. So
exactly. Yes, and my brother, this topic of mentors and mentees, I think one of these days we shall have a very good discussion on that, because I think it's very, very important.
That's right. Yeah. So what are the major advantages of one who is able to rise to the top of his or her career? What are the major advantages? Great.
So from my experience and from practical engagement, I've realized that one of the most important things that can happen to you if you are able to improve your trade, improve your profession, improve yourself, and rise to the top is that you have better compensation. All right. So this can come in the form of salary, it can come in the forms of conditions of service, and then even the notion of people getting tips. You know, when people give tips, it is because they realize that what you have done is exceptional, it's extraordinary, it is a very best. And then beyond the fees you are charging, people are willing to give you extra because what you have done is an excellent job, right? So I think that one of the major advantages of becoming the best at what it is you do is that it allows you to have access to better compensation. So even at your workplace, you may be struggling with a very small amount of money as your salary at the end of the month. But if you are determined to work on yourself and become a very valuable player in that particular organization, it comes automatically as you rise to the top. It gives you that opportunity to negotiate for more and actually ask for more. So I think that one of the things that should motivate people is that if you really, really are interested in increasing your income, if you are interested in having better conditions of service, then you need to keep an eye on how you can improve yourself and how you can become more valuable to the organization you are working with. And over time, you'll get to the dispensation of the point where your compensation, your conditions of service will be something that you can actually go home with and be excited about.
That's right.
The second thing too for me is that when you are able to rise to the top of your career, if you're able to become one of the best at your field or in your field or in your area of expertise, what that does for you is that it provides you that likelihood of becoming a leader in your organization or business. Anybody who's interested in rising up to become a leader in your organization or in the business you work, you need to be concentrating on how you can rise to the top. Because no investor or no a group of board of directors will be willing to hand over a company to somebody who is not doing well, somebody who's not excelling, somebody who's not even sure of what he or she is doing. So to position yourself strategically to rise up to become a leader in your organization or business, it is important that you focus on ways of rising to the top to becoming the very best at whatever it is that you are doing. The third reason is that when you rise to the top and become that A-class person, what it brings to you is that it allows you to become a thought leader or an opinion leader whose thoughts and views and opinions are very much respected.
That's right.
Not only in the business you work or not only in the organization you work, but even in society as a whole.
That's right.
Where there are decisions to be made, where people need views and need thoughts and need ideas, you are the person they come to because they realize that you've been able to build a very solid brand for yourself in terms of your ability to execute with excellence, and therefore when people need ideas, when people need influencers, they come to you because they know that in your field of work you are absolutely one of the best in that particular area.
You said something, sorry to cut in, but you said something about influencers.
Yes.
Today our influencers are rather messing up the destinies of a lot of the youth.
Unfortunately,
they are having bad influence, not positive influence. So
exactly.
If you are discussing this topic, I'm so happy you are focusing on the positivity of the whole topic, where people will embrace it.
Papalo Radio.
Get to the straight up. I like that. I really
like that. Yes. And let me also say something to what you just shared. So sometimes somebody can become an influencer on Facebook or social media because of the likes and the followings that they have.
Right.
But when it comes to people seeking your thoughts and your opinions and your views, you'll be left out because they know that you don't have substance. Right? But if they just want to advertise or they just want to pull the crowd, they'll come to you. But when it comes to proper decision making, when it comes to a juncture where, for example, Parliament needs somebody to come and share his or her thoughts on a particular area of business, a particular area of expertise, they will definitely not come looking for you because of how skimpily dressed you are on social media and all that. That one can get you all the fans and the accolades on social media. But when it comes to substance, for a brand to even trust that you become an ambassador for them, they don't want people that are involved in scandals and involved in all kinds of malpractices, but rather they will seek those who are authentic, those that are real, those that are positive, those whose minds work, not just people that are able to just come and scream on social media and get people following them. They will look for people who are level-headed, who are able to apply themselves to critical thinking and reasoning. So yes, to become that thought leader and that opinion leader that matters, you need to make every effort to rise up to the top of your career. Another thing which may be of interest to you, my brother, is that once you get to that dispensation of being at the top, anywhere you go, everywhere you go, you are given that respect. You are more than
MTN.
I'm telling you, everywhere you go, you are given that respect. You are given that kind of recognition, and that for me is extremely important. So if you just have these three things on top of your mind, you get better compensation, better working conditions of service whenever you excel and rise to the top. The likelihood of you becoming a leader in your organization or business is very, very high. And once you are able to get to the top, it comes with it that opportunity to become a thought leader or opinion leader whose thoughts and views are very much respected in the society.
Wow. So can you enumerate, 5 key skills that can catapult one person to the top of his or her career?
Yes, I will do that. And bear in mind that the foundation for this conversation is that whatever area of calling you have, whatever area of expertise you have, you are really the expert at that. So you can be in radio, you can be on TV, you can be a footballer, you can be a musician. The point is that your core expertise is something that will set you apart, and it is something that makes you different from all the other people. But these 5 general principles I'll share, you can apply it irrespective of your career path, or irrespective of what it is you are doing.
Right.
So I'll speak about them briefly, and then we can get to our next line of conversation. So one, I think that your ability to pay attention to detail is a very important trait or skill that anybody who is determined to rise to the top should have. You should be able to pay attention to detail. Sometimes we are overwhelmed with the big picture to the point that we don't pay attention to the smaller details. And that is where you see that the devil is in the details, right? So you need to have an eye out for details all the time in the work you do. Be meticulous about the work you do. Don't take it for granted. Pay attention to what you are doing. Double check, triple check, and ensure that what you are saying or what you are writing or what you are delivering is absolutely the best. And that for me is very, very important.
Your Excellency, this is a generation who don't even read the whole stories. They only look at headline and they start insulting or they start writing their own thing. We don't take time to even when they have videos, they just look at the caption and they start commenting. How do you address some of these things? Because based on what you have just shared, I think this generation is not reading and taking good care of what they read and also manifesting what they have read. That's why I'm just chipping in.
It's a good point you raise. I think that almost all of us are in a rush to go somewhere. I just don't know where we are going. But people don't even have the time to take that time to read or to be sure what it is they are seeing. And you see, what even amazes me that sometimes just with a glance, somebody can conclude. They don't pay attention to the details. The person is wearing yellow because the person is wearing yellow. Either the person works for MTN or is for Alan Chamantin. Meanwhile, you didn't look at the shade of the yellow that the person is wearing. So very, very basic things we overlook because we are so much in a rush. We are so much in a haste. And I think that is what is killing people from paying attention to details. Like you rightly said, somebody sees a headline on the news and doesn't even sit down to listen to the details of it and draws the conclusion. Somebody makes a comment on social media and people take it out of context because they are not willing to listen to the whole thing to get the background. Sometimes preachers are often bastardized because people just take a portion of their preaching and come on social media and make a whole mess out of it. Meanwhile, they are not listening to the whole thing to be able to get the context from where they're coming from. Our politicians have also been victims. They see a comment or two and people carry it out of context and they are bashed and they are insulted and then all that. So I think that the key skill of paying attention to detail is very important. If you are determined to rise to the top, you need to pay attention to detail. Another thing closely linked with paying attention to detail is to have a keen sense of observation and a keen sense of awareness of what is going on around you.
That's right.
Sometimes people are so fixated with social media and their phones that they are not observing anything around them. You are talking to them and they are looking on their phone. How would they even have a facial recognition and then when they meet you next time, they can recognize you?
Including police officers at the checkpoint.
Unfortunately, including all of them. All of them. You know, people are not paying attention to the environment. You are walking on the street, by the time you realize a car is hooting the horn at you because you are not paying attention. You are absent-minded. And it is something that really gets me very agitated. A lot of young people are 100% absent-minded. They are even in the classroom, you are teaching them, they are not paying attention. Your boss is giving you instruction, your mind is somewhere else. How do you expect to excel in what it is you are doing? So I think that keen sense of observation and that keen sense of awareness, knowing where you are. Sometimes people forget themselves and they scream and they shout and they say a lot of things that they're not supposed to say because they have forgotten that where they find themselves is a very sensitive area and there are things that they are not supposed to do or say. So I think that a keen sense of observation and awareness is very important if you are determined to rise to the top. The other thing I'll talk about is that you also need excellent communication skills. It is so important. No matter what it is you are doing, you may be behind the camera filming, you may be at the back of the scenes, but you need to develop your communication skills, your public speaking skills, your writing skills, your social media skills. You don't need to take those things for granted. Some people think that, well, we are IT experts, so as for us, we don't mind talking in public. We just sit behind the computer and code. But now people need to go and defend their codes. People need to go and convince investors to give them money to be able to amplify what it is they are doing. It all comes from having excellent communication skills. All right. So I think that we also have to pay attention to improving our communication skills. Becoming an excellent public speaker is not just for Papa Law or for John Apia. Anybody listening to us, you can work on yourself and you can improve your public speaking skills. You can improve your writing skills, and you can also improve your social media engagement.
Right.
You don't just use your social media to do anything nasty and you go. Some people have not posted in the past 2 years. They are just on social media doing concern with their social media pages.
That's right.
But you need to be actively engaged on social media to be able to put yourself out there as a thought leader and as an influencer. And I think that those things are also important. And then, Papa Law, it's also important for people to have excellent interpersonal skills.
Okay.
There are people who can't get along with anybody. They are always on their own. They can't work together in a team. If you put them together in a team, they will bring the whole team down. They are not talking to this person. They are fighting with this person. They just lack interpersonal relationship skills.
Very rampant in most institutions.
I'm telling you, right? But I think that it is important for people to have excellent interpersonal skills. Can you believe that there are people who are top managers? When they arrive at their offices, they don't talk to the security man. They don't greet the receptionist. They pass by people and go to the offices. And I'm asking myself, look, you may be the person running the business, but you need to respect the people you're working with and have
without
excellent.
Them, you are not the boss.
You are not the boss. You are not the boss. Today, as you sit on radio talking right now, your people behind the scenes can mafia you. They can just shut down a knob and you'll be wanting.
That's true. You are right.
You know, even though you know it and you can do it yourself, you need to work together with a team.
Yeah.
So I believe that
every worker is important.
Every worker is important. So I believe that excellent interpersonal skills are important that people need to work on if they really want to rise to the top. And then finally, integrity, reliability, trustworthiness. Unfortunately, most of the young people we engage with and we come into contact with, they are throwing integrity out of the door. They are looking for shortcuts. They don't care. They don't mind. People will do everything possible to get fame. People do everything possible to get money. People do everything possible to get all the accolades. But I think that integrity, reliability, and trustworthiness are important keys that can guarantee that you can indeed rise up to the top.
Wow. Beautiful. So how long will it take one to rise to the top? Do we have a timeline?
My brother, as for this question, it's interesting because you see, everybody and how the time they have, right? Some may attain greatness or rise to the top very early in life. Some will have to struggle and go through a lot of challenges and eventually become successful. And then some also to, unfortunately, no matter what it is they do, they may not yet see the light of day. But the point is that you don't have to compare yourself to other people.
That's right.
You can be in the same classroom with people, you can be classmates with people, but their level of rise may be different from yours.
That's right.
And the interesting thing is that I made a comment on my social media pages a few days ago that there are some people those days who were celebrating as brilliant and smart and intelligent. Today, if you look for them, you can't even find them.
That's true.
But meanwhile, those days they were far better than you. But today, if you look back and you compare, you are in a very better position than them. So I think that the key thing for me is that you are not in competition with anyone. Absolutely no one. You are in competition with yourself. You are in competition to become better each day at what it is that you do. So don't be in a haste to rise to the top. Don't be in too much a rush to rise to the top. Take it at your own pace. Learn your skills. Improve yourself. Better yourself. And it's just a matter of time. When your appointed time comes to rise into greatness, nobody can stop you.
So, Honorable, a quick one. There are people who give themselves Operation 5-year development plan, 10 years development. What about those ones? Those who think, okay, so let me give myself some time to do this within 5 years. Is it also a good omen?
Yes, I think that it's a good strategy, but you see, you have to always keep in your mind or keep it at the top of your mind that you may have given yourself this number of years. It may even be earlier than you anticipated. So, for example, if you're giving yourself 5 years to become the best presenter in the whole of Ghana,
that's right.
What if it happens in 2 years? Does it mean that you fail to celebrate it because it is not yet 5 years? In the same way, you might be giving yourself 2 years to become the best at what it is you are doing. But maybe even in 5 years, 10 years, you may not have attained it. Does it mean that you have failed? So I think that when you give yourself time, what it does to you is that it encourages you, it pushes you, it allows you to be focused. But remember that in as much as you are giving yourself time, you have to be very open-minded in all of this conversation. If you need to add more time to it, don't hesitate to add more time to it. If you have to adjust the time in any way that will help you to become a better person, don't be under fear, or don't be afraid, or don't be thinking that because you have given yourself this number of years, by hook or crook, it has to happen in this number of years. No. But the point is that on a daily basis, just do your best and work within the time frame you're giving yourself. And I think that all things will fall into place for you.
That's beautiful. We are so enlightened tonight by your lecture. We are so blessed. I mean, giving us all these positive vibes, we are going to bring good results so that one day when you meet us anywhere, we'll celebrate you as one of the people who have impacted our lives. Your closing remarks.
Yes, so what I would say is that even though we are getting to the end of the year, 2024 is coming to an end in less than a month, or in just about a month and some few days, the year would have ended. You may have set up a lot of plans for yourself. You may have written down a lot of resolutions, but things may not have gone the way you wanted. But it is not yet over. It is not too late. I just want you to know that once you are alive, once you have breath in you, there's still hope for the future. Just determine that you are going to do your best every single day. Every single day God gives you, you are going to do your very best. And I know that it is just a matter of time. Your much awaited breakthrough will come. Your much awaited opening will come. Your much awaited elevation will come. But you have to be ready when it comes.
Honorable, a quick one. Is it good to do resolution for the coming year? Is it always good?
That's for you. You want to put me into trouble. So what I would say is that it is good to plan. It is good to have goals. It is good to set objectives. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It helps you. It guides you. It allows you to go in a particular direction. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think that the problem is that when people set goals and objectives that are unrealistic, that is where I think the problem happens, right? So yes, you can set goals, you can set resolutions, but make sure they are realistic, make sure they are smart, they are measurable, they are achievable, they are realistic, they are time bound, they are specific. If you are able to work with the right principles in setting for yourself resolutions and objectives and goals for the year, I know that yes, you can have that guidance to be able to achieve as much as you can.
What shall we render unto you? We can only say thank you so much. We are grateful.
Always welcome, sir.
All right, so I'll be speaking with Mr. Papalo Radio. He's a human capital development consultant. We are so grateful. Thank you so much. All right, it's getting hotter. I hope you've learned something.
Every time I'm sweating,
you can't tell me you learned nothing. Beautiful piece. We are so grateful, Mr. John Apia. He's a human capital development consultant.
I just want.
Don't forget, show produced by Derek Van Dis.
Hello, Radio.
And show sponsored by Nana One Shoe, Shabak Photography, Papalofa. It's 39 minutes on top of the hour, 8 p.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. Streaming live and rocking wide on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Don't forget, we are also live on 88.3 FM.
Papalo Radio.
Those watching, those listening, send in your comments. Sweet Jammy, how are you doing? I believe you are bouncing well. I hope all is well with you. Alright, so Sophia Kofa Girl catch us. Sorry, my son Monshe and Tadia Mimisi Omanase. What kind of life is this? Alright, so I'm going for a quick break. When I'm back, Okoji Abo, did you hear the name Okoji Abo Okra? Will be on your radio. We are talking about how safe our roads are.
Papalo Radio. Straight up.
Sophobia Kofa bad girl. Stick and stay right here. The show is Mpɔtam, your favorite current affairs show and political show. I'm your host, Papa Law Perfect, the navigator of the airways. Don't forget we are live on 88.3 and also on all our social media handles. On Facebook, Papa Law Radio /Steve. Like the page, put your notification button on so that anytime we come online, you'll be first to be notified. We're also streaming on YouTube. Papa Law Radio. Alright, so let me go on the line and speak with Mr. Okujiabo Okran Albert. Papa. PSA. And one Magana phone, you know, be a self and then you be a say. Especially MPP for almost Dr. Baumia, we are on our over.
I see.
And so maybe so we need yourself. Yes, Unyansana Bobby, and Yansana Bobby, or what dream. Okase Tosum, Ghana for dear Papa, including myself and Ra, and Nyama Okasadifa regulations, National Road Safety. A regulatory committee, and that's you can say it's only authority. Boss, oh, my dear Papa, and then our my Naboko dear
Papa, I'm not the Papa, me also for you.
Papa.
Yo,
Papa Law Radio.
Straight up,
Papa.
Honorable.
And then so you share the open. Na said the ocean common as the other day. On my man, cry too much. I'm a who the men cry.
But your cousin.
So you say me tea so as from that.
Who's that? A son, Nyansa womb, a tribu as so, and so she never a friend T-Bon person.
I see. Yo, Papa, me that's it. Any akwanya na so dia mayen. Na ya ka road safety make an kwensia no a. Obroni say a collective responsibility. E nyina ya said ye. Ye enye ni kwan say quiet to say e nipa bi nko adwuma. Na Papa ena me pese ye di nkomo kakra. At the fact regulation 130 of the LI 2180.
That's right.
Papa, what kind of regulation 130 no? A difference was the use of taxi. Emrano or mass specifications. So person who treat taxi or Ghana and Quadia. Yeah, once you shall who was a taxi driver be at the yet. My dear kind was say, as I would taxi no in your 2 colors. Na 2 colors no Papa enye color bia na obetimi e de aye taxi o
sir
enye color bia wo pese me de makoto me car na me pese me de color bia me pe na me di painting ne say taxi there be emra no o ma specific color yemfa enye taxi Madam, me pese me kan emra no word by word na nka wetiefo no ahwefo atibie
no problem
e do so na so me bodo to fa fa me
ko wani
was say regulation 130 of the LI 2180 was the use of taxi was it the owner of a taxi share and Ganamra when you use the word share naturally say
that's right
was it the owner of a taxi drive the owner of a taxi shall paint the wings of the taxi in a shade of yellow.
Wow.
To extent required by the licensing authority. And the so the taxi emrano a prescribe say the fenders of the taxi no SSF fenders no uchu so yellow. And and then to me who taxi be now be in white and green.
Black in now.
A billion black and pink said you no penny be who say. A year 2 colors and quantity with me the taxi. We are Sanoa, what Tomra.
I see.
Na Ghana Police Service Lady Ghana Hamo. Because woman Pino and can kind Samra way. Enti Emran why any class said, wouldn't me in fact color beer and your taxi. Enti was a yellow color for the wings of the vehicle. 2 was a with the approval of the licensing authority, carry a neon sign with a word taxi. Papa, a neon sign or a light and I see
Apollo Radio.
And a crabby breedy and see what.
And then the bread to a modiano and a modiabo screen or anim. Papa, the etosumiensa was it display at a right hand side bottom corner of the front windscreen. Enti sa light in a crown emra no achro ba bia afesie sa light na ya chro mu taxi na isi wo kana pampem no yem fence left yem fence middle wa chre ba bia yem fa sie na papa we crowd here and hagema 20 na me go straight to be here papa when him say mra we makwan so the taxi be fa duane ayedie anase enam.
Hey, sir.
Apollo Radio. Straight up.
Ghana had more yet. Yemfa taxi, anything edible. Yemfa taxi, emfa.
Sir, and I have docron for you. Watch it for you. I be able to near the sim near the source and nation told the moon. I see me. Hey, I have two marapao. Our police also need to hear.
Yes. Papa, may be kind when I'm out straightforward. Senator, it's here for the who say. Or could your boy is not misquoting?
I said, Emra Ghana pa.
Emra wa hana kadi wa de be adwuma. Say akwese emema wosirim akaka de be ba asia ha. Papa, me go straight na ma kind. Baby a wose yemfa enam yemfa emfa duane. Me ko no straight na ma peke ho no nko ama. Na fe yetiefo na tie asia say say Tikroma as a taxi drivers no a demonstration say Uber for no edge or moduma.
Apollo Radio.
And a Uber for aje commercial duma ya. Woman tia say woman so they are unclean. In the eyes of the law, taxi drivers in Ghana they are unclean.
Very unclean. Say based on what you are saying now. Not just say you abuse law not done in the tia secret just say nobody cares.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
I was a Ghana because yes, some Ghana dear back here. No, I don't care. Republic of Ghana.
Papa, my main kind of 111 so that you bet you see what my main corner salmon. Whatever. So was it saying no? Again, was it some regulation too? No, was it a person driving taxi shall not use the taxi to convey passenger if the taxi is in a condition that makes it unsafe. And then the taxi ya lacha efe nipa. The taxi ya the exhaust pipe emumu to say Jamaica hini toothpaste. The fe nipa. Papa was say when the taxi is not suitable for conveying passengers or does not conform to the requirements of these regulations. 3. Was it a taxi may be fitted
Apollo Radio
with an independent communication system capable of providing two-way voice communication in conformity with Regulation 107. Papa,
that's right.
Sub-Regulation 4 was say a taxi shall be kept in a clean and sanitary condition and not be used for conveying livestock, meat, fish, or carcass of an animal. Papa, and then the taxi afakeko anyway the swab there omaya timwe and the taxi adane cargo.
Telling you.
Sadia way no Ghana Police Service person o mo kire say nti wo mu hu ya na
hu da me fit am for ni.
Papa, sometimes me ya say ye wa Ghana Police Service ya ye said in 1952. Na ye reforms in the year 1977. Na bepemne service with integrity no it is missing on the field. Service with integrity no is so sad. Papa asotwe a ewo hu nie. Obi a wo de taxi efa nam aduane. Anything edible and then papa wutimi share taxi. Not livestock what is one pointing efa market cotton
koko nyina.
Papa emrane se obi ya sa na asotwe ene de ewo hin. Se Ghana Police Service etia obuntie ni ye.
Ombetie pa.
We say a person who contravenes this regulation commits an offense and it is liable on summary conviction to a fine of not less than 10 penalty units.
I see.
Or not more than 25 penalty units. Or to a term of imprisonment.
I see.
Of not more than 30 days or both.
I see.
Papa, the Ghana Police Service from the last constable to the IGP. We can challenge them, said they should come out with one person. What my coach now called because what the taxi S word, what the taxi F and Oh, Papa Ghana na yetim wrong. And Penefono ama yemubi ya open the Pandora box.
That's right.
Na enya womo de if we say Ghana mran ya antroni Hindu. Ye kaya ye tiase. And sometimes no Aya me ya ma reho se me ye Ghana ni efri se Ghana Police Service ya me papa me no mienu ye sika ehiafo sika ye de ato etuo uniform ama police ni na ebe wi akire de Ghana American no he or she is doing otherwise papa so sad say adentina emre kan clear why na so de samra ye adwuma okoka wo mo say ye wo challenge Papa, say what from your Juma? You have given me a mandate. Mandate, resource now. What is my relevance? That's why I said, Juma. And I run and say, Brenoa. Now your force will be more the police, and a chum. And no one a rascal. And then one a more rascal form, so. And Yana more rascal form, so now they are beginning a dream one. So when you said the politicians and come out and tell us. We will continue to tell you people say the a Japanese because say a dash in the law. Papa, I read regulation 130. Now you have regulation 47. Regulation 47, Papa, was the production of driver's license.
No.
Papa Ghana Mase Oshenkani bi a wotwika no onkita nsem official driver license. Okita the driver license no a Ghana Mase police ni bi a we say uniform. The underlined word is uniform. Enti papa etre say Dr. AKUFO-ADDO kura ma wo ye IGP no. Se osiame okoji abo na say IGP when say uniform wa oni right we need to me say obusa me say my license way. If we said the underlined word is what uniform. And a uniform no so no terms and conditions apply. Papa Ghana mra say police ni bia wo say uniform no wotimi eye driver license inspection. Name apart from inspector and above. One no pen bet me aje wo license I said the bottom so why then was easy.
Okay. Inspector and above.
Inspector and above. And you know say one rule inspector you can only inspect my driver license and give it to me back.
Okay.
Name inspector and above the ultimate say the bottom say corner bra. Na papa eno no yen kwa makeke. Emra no eye compulsory ema police ni bia say so which Oshenkani driver license share the bottom one. Money receipt ye kire say what the license no. Na papa wonim say in the absence of the driver license Sa receipt na police ni betro de ama wo no. Wo betimi e de atwi car for 1,000 years without the driver license.
Sir?
Sa receipt na de ma wo no, it has no expiring date.
I see.
Won timi nka say maje no enne na nyame adom a bosome ebetwam. Say wo give me license it is mandatory on the police officer. So one also amounts our receipt no, and in the absence of that driver license, me was can you make me use sa paper no e dey 1,000 years. Sa paper no so as I police na wo je me license no within e wo so. Wo service member e wo so. Baby a wo ye adwuma wo station and also wo so. Sade be ya o shankani na mkwan no so na se police ne foforo gina no a watimi dia kire se medro barrier we no police assume sia age me license and this is my receipt. Papa ma men kan se mo enhwe drivers nyina nkran police ni bia obeje driver license na obeka kire wo se ko na bra wa bra wan fa sa receipt na ma wo no driver ni a wutie menya kokoduro yire ne se Christ yire no se kromfo yire no se kromfo say we yes it doesn't mean say you are attacking a state officer no if they say yes sir aboada bodabo okodi akaka bensam na so hanta mu se kurokura ye bona wem papa ana say kochi amansa aboajata say we ye too common e wo market ya ye treat the sacrament
No correct.
Papa driver for ntie mi say police ni neje o license no inspector and above. Papa police ni a oye inspector and above pe le betimi age o license wo gina so wan fa ma wo ya IGP kura no ayire no se kronfo na je o license free nsam ana police ni a on say uniform oni to me say obebusa o say o license wey ye kan uniform a papa ye washan ye drive a police for ni bia wo timi say uniform no down no top ready on share I don't know, you don't qualify to be a police officer.
I see.
Police officer bia no a obese uniform as one from
Apollo Radio.
Papa na usher slippers only police ni in the law. Police ni bia no a obese uniform wa share uniform wa keka hyem papa etio eda ne kokoso wa share ne black beret ne che wa share ne combos and combat. Papa na se ni din enwo ne kokoso a onye police ni.
Wow.
If they say we name tag no and your identity.
Apollo Radio.
If they say Ghana ha ye wono. Ye wo arm robbery pe ya kwaso a ye bechi wo mo na wo sha police for atade no say military uniform. Enu nti eye din no a ebo kokoso na bechi sa ampa. Many police asomasi na ADLA. Enu papa the key words in today's education and say police ni a o say uniform bia betimi aye driver inspection.
Whether our MTTD department or not,
yes, whether any department provided to your police ni was a uniform. So when you say uniform, when you police ni, FIFA no so called baby.
That's right.
So when say uniform on so,
Apollo Radio.
Inspector and above pay. Ana ebetimi aje o license no ashe obotom. Na so agi so obotom so a esese wo bounce a receipt no so amfa receipt na ma wo a twema no ene ye woni ne mfraga so. Ne kopie mu court. Papa CID boss. Director General CID say CID so mo say uniform.
Yeah.
Ekere say CID boss kura wontimi enhwe wo driver license wontimi get inspection because one say uniform.
Nti bibia uniform no she no ani name tag ne bo no.
That is
qualifying all the accoutrement or bibia na enter the beret bibia and no e gina ho say sa nipa we etumi inspect we license.
Yes. And papa I can confirm say so mutiri mu say police in share the uniform na o share reflector e kata ne din so a
Apollo Radio.
with police officer no ana o shankani wo to me say ubebisa police ni say o rank saying.
Oh, okay.
Say won't me musa inspector pe ana woni number.
Okay.
Police ni bia no a inspector no ne rank inspector no oni number.
Okay.
And until we have a boss, I don't say number be a money boss. I tell you, inspector. Name of security woman says police ni be an the service number a go to boss one. Oh, to me, so about our license. Name only to me. So, set or better license as your button. Papa, I think Ghana 40 way. Not only 2 or 3 more. That's right. I'm a police for who say one of them the custodian of wisdom, and they don't owe monopoly of common sense.
That's right.
Papa, Yankupon count.
On count so, and then so what's such a dear papa. A dear dawson, dear, young farm maokeke or kujia or you break when you breakable. That's say one my yakwan so by Jojo, dear mine, because I did way no. Ebema Ghana Nini or Shankafu who say, this is my right and this is where my right ends. When I go wrong, this is how the law will right me. And we appreciate your time and with your permission, you know, the person you be been a baby travel always because me share comment I'm so enlightened, I am touched. A lot of people are saying say and at the end now you watch just last any and then I be go for papa. You better say watch now. I am busy with Bisa pa bro police for me be didi papa. Did you be didi road where they or insurance or license and so we renew and near you know. Me say you better pay attention to that now. Near church near the Abua or Manfo. Until better, Mr.
Papa, me, Jim Wako.
That's right.
Number 7 this a common sense question, but Aroma. Me pacho, say me head ma Ghana commercial bank here. Make me acquire inspection, Eco Bank here na. Enti, me pacho, a police for the issue roadworthy certificate. Enti abana say na police ni na check roadworthy. Police in your taking roadworthy, you are just defiling the law. Hey, the brain through you become once a more Ghana.
Hey, what can some power? You
police need to not answer. So, I'll check you roadworthy
radio. Straight up,
Papa. I guess the police now will check it UPF paper.
That's right.
Papa, UPF paper, a National Petroleum Authority. And the issue. A ban police na inspection.
Wow.
Papa,
it's a DVLA for Juma so be inspected.
A DVLA for Juma.
I see.
And until a DVLA, one of our compliance and enforcement unit.
I see.
And a ban saying, Papa, a ban saying, Anna Akunyato, ever from Muna Asantini Quacopre.
But that's it.
A ban saying a DVLA and a radio. Of roadworthy certificate.
But
not police everywhere.
And so you're not inspected.
Papa, baby, home come off.
Me that's it. PSC.
Papalo Radio.
Straight up. Papa. And then what's up? Be Africa. Not Jenna Bobby. Hey, Nyansa Penny. Sir, Ghana police in the Amodi Yeni. And I'm saying Nimranity. And I'm about to make our quan. Mobile Timinka, our quan. And the woman says, I don't know police in a inspected roadworthy. I don't know police in a inspected way. Mentiasie. Okujabo, Yamishira. Yes, you. Yamishira, Papa. What be your dream? All right, straight up. So it's time to do politics. 5 minutes on top of the hours. 8 p.m. Oh, 9 p.m. Sorry. It's 9 p.m. 4 minutes on top of the hour, 9 p.m. It's time to do politics. You know what time it is? Today I'm doing exclusive with Honorable Daniel Shama, former MP Buem constituency. Will be on your radio right away. Honorable Daniel Asiam. Honorable. And then and go for say yen kai MPP for so much bojuma pa. Name Cecilia Dapasi can omunyanye. PDSD on en so mon kan ho asem. DPS no reference PDS. Honorable was on here between komo me pese ofa wakonya na wotena se na oye ready. Honorable Daniel Shama ewo ahomane so. Honorable, I salute. Honorable Ayera.
Money now everyone the chop.
All right, so everybody they chop nyafu. We shopping Ghana's money. We shopping your money.
Radio. Straight.
All right, so stay right here. It's time to do politics. I'm going for a break. When I'm back, we'll do more Mpɔtam Show with Papa Lo Perfect.
Wake up, it's morning. African money now everyone the chop.
Apollo Radio. Straight up.
Everyone the chop. Yeah, president the chop. Yeah, now governor the chop. African money now everyone the chop.
Apollo Radio. Straight up.
Our money now everyone the chop. Yeah, president the chop. Yeah, now governor the chop. You, yes, you, yes, you, yes, you, yes. My mom, don't cry, don't be alright. You're free, fear, babonting, you're the best.
Apollo Radio. Straight up.
I drink, got the sickness here. Where the money day, where the pacha day. The mommy, you my pa, and so when you see Kakura, and see so the pa. Sorry, Sikankwa. African money, now everyone the job. Our money now everyone the job. Yeah, president the job. Yeah, now governor the job. If you monkey where you the work, and so babu where you the job. You for penny for my work, I got no be so you talk. It's your retire and I'm more. If we are a buy and I'm more. Behind you all share more. Alhamdulillah, bismillah. African money now everyone the job. Our money now everyone the job. Yeah, president the job. Yeah, now governor the job. African money now everyone the job. Our money now everyone the job. Yeah, president the job. Yeah, now governor the job. President the job. Yeah, now governor the job.
Sydney. Je suis arrivé. Apollo Radio. Straight up. Arrêtez le babadage. C'est moi le tout. Sydney back again. Yeah. Namo Iniba. Apollo Radio. Straight up. Alongside my end. Morris. Babyface. What we say now?
Africa money, I got the chop and fuga. Want that money, money, Africa money, I got the chop and fuga. Yeah, chop and fuga.
All right, so let's listen to the NDC campaign song. Mahama. 7 December, 1 out of Obama. Who is going to win the election? And why are you voting for that candidate? All right, so I have on the line Honorable Abdul Razak Hussein. Is the Medina NDC's Medina constituency secretary.
For our economy.
Honorable, I salute.
Apostle, I respond.
Honorable Bokodiye.
Nyango bona daruma apostle. Nyango bona daruma.
Yankachia na yanka brofo. Mati, and no bebo. All right, yes. So I don't know how's your campaign going, especially your constituency, Medina. I know your candidate is the current or the incumbent MP. How far with your campaign and when it comes to your constituency and then the national constituency? Because there are a lot of rumors going out that the president is doing a lot of commissioning and it has shut down your campaign. What do you say to this, or how do you respond to this?
Apostle,
Honorable.
First and foremost, we give thanks and glory to Almighty Allah God for bringing us together on this your big platform this evening.
That's right.
Let me use this opportunity to say once again, good evening to all your listeners and viewers online across the world. Yes, the president can decide to go and do last minute commissioning and other things. Apostle, if you remember or you recall very well, in 2016, even as late as in the night, we still saw President Mama commissioning a whole lot of projects. In fact, in 2016, the NDC around this time commissioned a lot more projects as compared to that of the NPP today. But we all knew what the stakes were. One thing about the good people of Ghana is that when they make up their mind, they've made up their mind. Absolutely nothing will change their mind. And I can assure you, Apostle, without fear or favor and authority, that comes 7th December, the good people of this country, the citizens and not the spectators, are going to vote massively for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and lawyer Francis Xavier Kolusoso from Medina and all the other parliamentary candidates across the country.
Honorable, there are a lot of people who are advocating that the MPP has done well at the latter part. I mean, since last 3 weeks, it looked like there's always a new development. People are of the view that the MPP has done well. Let's congratulate them. Let's celebrate them. They've done well and all that. So it looked like, I don't know if your campaign strategy have changed or message have changed, but how do you address this last minute endorsement, this last minute commissioning, this last minute post? People are of the view that no, Bawumia is looking more stronger than your candidate, former President John Dramani Mahama.
Apostle.
Honorable.
Apostle.
Honorable.
I can assure you, just as I said earlier on, absolutely nothing is going to change about this election. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the visionary leader, has a his. Ghanaians have tasted water. Ghanaians have tasted wine. Ghanaians have tasted wine. Let me use this opportunity again to sincerely apologize to your listeners. You can see the background, I'm doing something else. You know, right. We are just within the 11th hour.
That's right.
So as the campaign is going, in between, there's some kind of hitches. We have to engage people in other things.
Right.
So, Apostle,
Honorable,
like I said earlier on, absolutely nothing will change. Nothing will change. These are 11th hour kind of commissioning in the rush way. Even some of the projects, Apostle, that they've commissioned, when you go and you do a proper assessment, you realize that no.
You think it's
these
not?
People,
you think it's
yes,
not right for the president to
exactly for yes, absolutely. And then, just a minute, Apostle.
No problem. All right, so let's give Honorable Razak Abdul Hussein the opportunity to sort one or two things, and we apologize. But let me read this.
Apostle.
Honorable.
I'm back.
Go ahead.
If you look at some of the projects that the president has commissioned, you will realize that the work is not fully done. It's more like a political cheap score point that the president wants to score. At this 11th hour, having realized that Ghanaians are not pleased and Ghanaians are not happy with his tenure of leadership. And Ghanaians have made up their mind 2 years ago.
You mean?
And only last, yes, 2 years ago, Ghanaians made up their mind.
Why do you think Ghanaians made up their minds
2
weeks ago?
As I speak to you, Apostle, if we are to hold this election maybe in a year time, I don't think Ghana will be safe for anybody. Yes, if the election should take place maybe a year from now, then there will be serious consequences for the country. But here we are left with just about 11 or 10 days more to elections.
That's right.
So everybody is quiet, everybody is concerned, and like the accounts will say, that's
right.
So people.
It looked like the atmosphere is very calm, unlike.
See, Apostle, I'm telling you, this election will be one of the most peaceful elections ever. And the MPP will lose and they will hand over power.
Dr. Baumia says victory is already assured. He's going to beat your candidate, but he's only looking at the wider margin. He wants to beat President Mahama and beat him well.
Apostle, you know, when it comes to election matters, some of us, we don't talk much.
That's right.
And whatever analysis that we put out or we churn out, it comes to confirm at the end of the day. And it started with the internal elections of all the political parties.
That's right.
We went to the assembly election when I came on your platform.
That's right.
And I said, Medina, for instance, we are going to win all the 15 electoral areas. And it has come to pass. Today, as we speak, we have won all the 15 electoral areas. So some of us, it's not about gimmicks. It's not about just talking. It's about how deep and well versed we are in the work. And I can assure you. Exactly. It's not about math. It's not about going on social media and talking and ranting like AK-47. No. It's about groundwork. It's about ground mobilization. And I can assure you, today, the MPP have to beg citizens with money before the citizens accept their t-shirts. And even they bring the t-shirt with money, beg before the citizens accept. And yes, so the citizens will take the money, they will take the t-shirt, and they will not put on the t-shirt. Study very well within our various streets. You will notice that you will meet a lot more of MPP members who are not even putting on or wearing their t-shirts or their party colors. Because they themselves, they are even shy. Some of them are even afraid to put on their party colors. And they are not afraid because somebody will beat them or somebody will do something to them. But they are afraid because of the failure on the part of their leadership. The failure on the part of President AKUFO-ADDO and Baumia. That is what is making some of their members finding it difficult to put on their party colors or their party t-shirts. So in a nutshell, all that I just want you to understand, and all the Ghanaian people and the citizens across the world watching and listening to us live, to understand is that Ghanaians have spoken, and Ghanaians are going to decide come 7 December 2024. And the decision of Ghanaians will be that they've tested water, they've tested wine, and they've seen the difference. President Mahama is a leader of a vision. He is a visionary leader. He is a leader with humility. He is a leader who is very humble, a leader who listens, a leader who is down to earth with the people and the citizens. A leader who believes that it's in to serve and not to lord over the people. So President Mahama have really proven, had that been Nana Addo and Baumia hadn't been on the throne today, a lot more people would have said, oh, we would have had somebody who would have done something special and other things and stuff. But thankful to God, they were given the opportunity to serve. And today we all know where we are. And President exactly, Adan is Oshama Yenya. And I'm now on my penny AKUFO-ADDO so on my Yenya say on nim economists. On nim said I manage economy. On nim said I yet me up turning the economy around. And tell no then Apostle. Okofa Owura Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Edno Bae. So Nuna Oye Nim Bano in terms of economy. No. And then Apostle, you bear me witness, and the citizens of this country will bear witness to all of us where the economy of this country is today.
That's right.
The economy is already in the incubator.
Well, the MPP is of the view that it is not always about the economy that wins an election. Or
seriously?
Yes, I had some of their communicators here, I think 2 days ago, and I went further to ask, if that was the case, why were you always comparing the dollar rate and the fundamentals? If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate shall expose you and all that. But he made it emphatically here on this platform that yes, those things need not to be added to our politics going forward, because when you buy something 5 cedi today, Mahama will not reduce it to 1 cedi again.
Papalo Radio.
Straight up. Has been selling something to us at 10 cedis. It's not going to reduce to 5 cedis again. And so at the end of the day, governance and everything, all inclusive, that makes people or Ghanaians choose the MPP over the NDC.
Apostle.
Honorable.
Do you remember this phrase? Dollar no ya hata dodo.
Mekai.
Ghana nyawo yamai. Ya tikska so come there.
Mekai pa.
Do you remember all these phrases?
I remember.
What has changed today? What is good for the goose is equally good for the what?
For the
Ganders. Why? Are we not in this country where President Mama was commissioning the Ridge Hospital, the Tepa Hospital, the Bank of Ghana Hospital, the Dubai Interchange, the so on and so forth, and they told us at the acquiring the ABD and now dying the ABD. Is that not the case?
Honorable, that was the case at the time, but let's go through this list. I don't know, it's really trending on social media, especially most of your platforms. I'm somebody who referees every political party on this show, and so you guys have, I don't know who underlisted all this. It's 1 to 91, 1 up to 91, and the agenda is let's remember.
Papalo Radio.
Straight up. Let me put Honorable Daniel Sharma to, I don't know. Please hold on. Let me add Honorable Daniel Sharma. Okay, so it's 22 minutes on top of the hour, 9 p.m. Honorable Ashama. Honorable.
How are you?
Honorable, I'm good. Your colleague is on the line. Honorable Abdul Razak Hussein is an NDC secretary for Medina constituency. Because today we are dedicated. Come again. NDC. Your secretary, Razak Abdul Hussein. Honorable Razak, say hi to Honorable Daniel Sharma, former MP for Buem constituency.
Honorable, good evening.
Good evening, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you too?
The grace has found us.
That's right.
Amen.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you this evening on this biggest platform.
Papalo Radio.
Nice meeting you too.
Okay, Honorable Ashama, I wanted to go through with you this list, but Honorable Abdul Razak is making a point. When he's done, I will go to, because since Honorable was in Parliament, he knows much about some of these, topics we are going to share on this platform. So, Honorable Razak, go ahead, and then Honorable will be waiting to go through the list so that I'll come back to him. Some of the list is here. PDS fraudulent deal, 10 million wasted on cocoa, rose audit, $4.5 million AFCOM expenditure, blah, blah, blah. So, Honorable Razak, wrap up. Let me go to Honorable Daniel Sharma.
Apostle.
Honorable.
Apostle, the truth is, we are all in this country. We are all in this country. We are all in this country. And then we all know the story about the PDS. We know the genesis about the PDS. Is this same PDS that has led the country, the state Ghana, to lose millions of dollars from the American Millennium Compact deal? This same PDS. And we know the people behind the PDS. And one such person is the current Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, who was very key in the whole PDS deal. Very stinking deal. Today, as we speak, Apostle, the monies that they've taken, PDS has taken from Ghanaians to date has not been accounted for.
Amazing.
And those monies have still not been returned back to the state coffers. And we hope and pray to the Almighty God for long life, strength, good health, and prosperity. Come 7 January 2025, after His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has been sworn in with about 170 to 80 parliamentarians, NDC parliamentarians, we'll get to the root of this matter.
Prediction for the election when it comes to parliamentary.
The SWOT analysis and everything that we've done so far and the outcome, that's the way it's going to be.
I like your comment.
And we're going to make sure that individuals involved in this thinking deal that have led the country to lose several millions of dollars shall all face the law, the full rigors of the laws of this country. Individuals will be taken through the law process and they will be prosecuted. And not just going to be prosecuted, we will make sure we retrieve every single dime penny with them. Because this is Ghana's money.
That's right.
And it belongs to the state Ghana. And it must be used to develop Ghana.
All right.
There are several other deals that has gone without due process, without due diligence. There are other several stinking corrupt deals that are taking place. And you cannot get the same people in charge to prosecute or the same people in charge to retrieve all these stolen monies. You need fresh faith to come in, to step in and fight and make sure that they retrieve every single thing.
Honorable, thank you very much. I will ask you to say a prayer in Islam.
Papalo Radio.
You take your leave so that you attend to other things. Whilst Honorable Ashama take the center stage. Today is dedicated.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alik yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. We start in the name of Almighty Allah God and we end in the name of Almighty Allah God. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. All right. That was Honorable Abdul Razak Hussein, NDC Secretary for Medina Constituency. Honorable Ashama.
Yes, sir.
You are welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. How are you doing, sir?
I'm bouncing well. Yourself?
I said already that the grace found His grace has found us.
We thank God. We thank God.
Yes.
So Honorable, I actually wanted to go through this list with you. I don't know if you have a list, but I'm sure you've come across this particular list. The NDC is of the view that we should remind electorate of the achievement of the MPP government for the past 8 years, but not what we are seeing, the last minute commissioning and the likes. But this one is to remind the electorate. That is, in the next 10, 11 days, Ghanaians are going to post and we are going to choose our next president and then a member of parliament. So number one on the list is PDS fraudulent deal. And number two, 10 million US dollars wasted on Cocoa Rose audit. $4.5 million AFCON expenditure. And then Ministry of Finance pays 1 million Ghana cedis to Kroll Association for no work done, according to the Auditor General. And then 12 top state infrastructure designs, sole source to one firm. And then 283 million paid in judgment debt. 3 million renovated warehouses defective. Appointment of Kwame Owusu Iceman as board chair for GRA after installing 11 ACs in his 2-bedroom facility. 9.6 billion Ghana cedis lost to corruption since 2017. $17,000 per hour private jet hired by president to tour the world. $17,000 per hour. Private jet hired by president to tour the world.
Straight up.
McMenu fingered in $1.5 billion MP's deal. Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company increases allowances by 400%. Minister of State at Presidency busted over bribery attempt on Star FM journalist over Galamsey expose. NHIS diverts 17 million Ghana cedis into private investment company, 3.9 million to buy condoms. Appointment of MD for non-existent Kita Seaport. Presidential staffers caught on video over Galamsey bribes. Fight at GNPC between CEO and board chairman Freddie Blake over procurement. Ghana included in European Commission dirty money list. Ministry of Health anti-snake serum procurement breaches. 12 million US dollars worth of fertilizer for planting for food and jobs missing. Government trace Aisha 1 for Chinese loan. Government busted in $12 million Oslo consulate deal. 18,000 Ghana cedis entertainment allowances for sanitation minister. $12.5 million sole source contract for blood distribution drones. Presidential staffers list increased from 998 to 1,614. 296, 297, 585 missing Ghana cedis missing at Akatamanso Municipal Assembly. 14 million US dollars blown by Ministry of Tourism over capacity building. 2-bedroom residence renovated at 1 million Ghana cedis by GMA, that is Ghana Maritime Authority boss Kwame Owusu, now board chairman for GRA. Ghana Maritime Authority boss blows 700 Ghana cedis per head on lunch in a day. 1.5 million Ghana cedis not uncovered. 1.5 million Ghana cedis rot uncovered at EPA. PPMC, PMMC board adjust allowances upwards. Ghana travels with the largest delegation to UN conference. Government distributed expired item to flood victims. So Jaman DC buys 1,850 Ghana cedis printer for 16,000. Over 600,000 liters of burst contaminated fuel disappears. Board chairman of Auditor General Department violating procurement processes. Government lies over destruction of 10,000 hectares of farmlands under planting for food and jobs. Solar DC awarding contract to himself. GMPC buys $7.5 million property from CEO's former company. Government destroys bungalows of judges in anticipating of raising funds to build National Radio Cathedral. Straight up. CEO of Forestry Commission fingered in Galamsey. Adjoa Safu takes $8,500 from NHIA for USA trip. NHIA blows 62,000 on government communicators. 697 Ghana cedis million squandered in 2017 by Ministry of Finance. NACO excluded from port checks. Gifty Clenam blows 93,000 Ghana cedis including allowance. Gifty Clenam blows $132 on rent. Peter McGee.
132. Is it $132,000?
$132 on rent.
That's 132.
That's right.
Okay.
Peter McMenu in conflict of interest at GPHA as wife is handed juicy contract. GFA Nyantechi solicits 8 million Ghana cedis bribe for AKUFO-ADDO Baumia. Rot at NHIA audit service. $88 million dubious Kenny GVG contract. That's right.
Yeah.
CEO of Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Company awards fictitious contract. Ghana loses 1 million Ghana cedis in undervalued Metro Mass bus sales. Metro Mass MD fingered in corruption. Sports Ministry Pius Ajide in visa racketeering scandal. Wife of Kennedy Japan handed 102 million Ghana cedis sole source street light contract. 11 contracts.
Dollars.
All right, dollars. All right. So 102 million sole source street light contract. 11 contract of NLA packaged and handed over to sister-in-law of MD in a day. 28.8 million Ghana cedis procurement scandal at Maslock. President AKUFO-ADDO gifted MPP 5 million Ghana cedis for Cape Coast Conference. Fisheries Minister kicks out Director from Office over Fight Against Corruption in her administration. K2 South MC smuggles in $3.2 million luxury car vehicle. DVLA sells 10 Ghana cedis first aid kit for 100 Ghana cedis. Special Development Ministry blows 800,000 Ghana cedis on website. Expatriate charge $100,000 to sit with AKUFO-ADDO. Ken Atefua sacks NIA staff for criticizing AKUFO-ADDO on Facebook. NLA boss takes $60,000 personal loan from service provider. 100,000 Ghana cedis spent to change name of Tamale Sports Stadium to Aliu Mahama Sports Stadium. AKUFO-ADDO makes U-turn, endorses Jospon, a company he branded as corrupt. Over 200 instances of premise fuel diversions recorded in 2017. 1.9 billion Ghana cedis allocated to presidency in 2018. Government blows 177 million Ghana cedis on failed energy bond. MPP youth invade police station, free suspect at Karaga. Hajj board official in over 23,000 Ghana cedi visa fraud. Ghana blows $2.5 million on Ghana Post GPS. In-law of Vice President appointed Ghana's ambassador to UAE. CEO of Tamale Teaching Hospital chased out of office. District assemblies to cough 5,000 Ghana cedis each to fund AKUFO-ADDO store. CID cooks report to clear 2 deputy chiefs of staff. A Hunter West DC reject official bungalow blows 22,000 Ghana cedis on hotel accommodation. Finance Minister in procurement breaches over 10 million Ghana cedis loan to Magdan. MPP grabs 900,000 Ghana cedis, 900 million Ghana cedis, sorry. MPP grabs 900 million Ghana cedis from 2 banks without board approval. 5.6 million Ghana cedis blown in Ghana at 60 March parade. 9 million Ghana cedis spent by Agric Minister to procure fake chemicals to fight army worms. Boss in 5 million liters. Boss in 5 million liters contaminated fuel deal. Invisible forces seize Trotro Station. Assault drivers in Accra. Northern Regional Minister Bugri Nabu clash over road contract. 10,000 bags of fertilizer missing. AKUFO-ADDO sacks 13,000 public sector workers. Medical director of Rage Hospital sacked without due process. $2.2 billion conflict of interest bond involving Ken Oforiatta. Last but not the least, Don't Call Me contract for sale. And lastly, Cecilia Dapa's scandal. Honorable, how true and how credible is this information?
Thank you very much, Apollo. And I say good evening to all the listeners this evening. I'm sure all that you have read right now, if nothing happens to you, the national security did not pick you up, then it means it's the truth. It means it is the truth. I don't know the language you like us to go this evening.
Let's do English.
Yes, it means that is the truth. My brother, just
Radio. Straight up.
take a ponder over the leaf you have just read, and you will agree with me when I say that from 2017 we've had criminal cartel government leading us. This is a criminality, and because of this type of behavior of the government that we have voted, we stood in the sun and voted for to give the authority of this country into their hands. Look at what they have done to the state. People should understand when we are driving
Straight up.
from Labadi Beach Hotel to Toshi along the military camp, you will see electric poles standing, painted white. Somebody has taken money, erected the pole, but the lights never comes on. But we have a government. We still have that government of MPP, where the Minister of Health, Honorable Jimamini, like you just said, took $81 million to go and buy vaccine. The money didn't come. The president is quiet. The chairman of the economic management team is down, moving about. My brother, my sister listening to me. The list that the host has just read is the reflection of the NPP and Baumia today. But they are the very people knocking at the door as I'm speaking tonight to vote for them. They are knocking the door. They are calling you on phone to vote for them.
Straight up.
The question I'd like us to ask ourselves is, are we bewitched? Are we bewitched as Ghanaians? Please, all those listening or have listened to this list, this is what is on the ballot. You vote for NPP, you reinstall the criminal cartel. They don't care. Because of this criminality, 850,000 Ghanaians were moved into poverty. The middle level of this country have been wiped out due to their what? Insatiable corruption that led to the domestic debt exchange program to be meted on Ghanaians. Some have died, some are groaning, some are complaining. What wrong have we committed to vote NPP into power? My brother, my sister listening to me, what wrong have we done? What crime have we committed to vote for NPP? Every nation fought for their leaders to lead them to the destination where the youth will not be calling at the embassy to leave the country, where the resources of the state are used for the benefit of all. But in the case of NPP, Nana Bedankwa Baumia Tenofurata, Addison, the governor of Bank of Ghana, We call him doctor. But this is the same doctor, later doctor, economist, who behind Parliament has printed 77 billion Ghana cedis for Nanado.
Papalo Radio. Straight up.
And with all due respect to him, you ask whether he has attended school and did a bit of mathematics. You will be tempted to ask this question. Why is it so? Why is it so? When we talk about he's a Yale student and what. But their behavior today
Straight up.
can be clearly seen as criminals. They are criminals. My brother and my sister belonging to NPP listening to me. I am not a disrespectful person. But this is what they have printed. This is the truth. I don't know whether you have listened to me before. But I did say that in 2015, Ken Oforata with me in a VIP room for a program told me that there are too many banks in Ghana. 2015, who is president? Ask yourself. It was Mayama. And then you won power in 2017, sorry, in 2016. And in 2017, you closed down banks. But today you stand on the platform to tell us that the banks were not collapsed by the NPP government, but they were already collapsed before you came to power. If you meet somebody's child who is sick and he's gone out to look for medicine, will you kill that person's child, or you help the child to be resuscitated? These are the issues. And so I am pleading with all Ghanaians. This recklessness has led to the effect that today Cocoa Board is in a dire debt. They cannot buy cocoa from farmers. They cannot give them free fertilizer because of this criminal. Please let us call them criminals. I am not insulting them. Why should it happen that with the Ejapadier, you will take the collateral of this nation's natural resources and collect only $500 million, and you want to give the assets that worth $2 billion annually to the people, just to give it out. This is criminality. The PBS issue that we are talking about, the vice president this evening, I listened to him on TV3, that he believes that it is God who makes kings.
Papalo Radio.
God makes kings over his people. God makes kings over his people. The people that through your work, clandestine activity, you have stolen over 3 billion Ghana cedis from them through the PDS deal of TCG. What has happened to us?
Radio.
My dear listener, I am pleading with you this evening. That is why every Ghanaian has agreed today that the election we are going to is about your personal economy. That is what it is about. It is about accountability. NPP people with this list of corrupt activities will come and tell you that Circle interchange, the money Mahama has taken is too much. You are telling me the money Mahama has taken is too much, but Ajimamenu took $81 million till today. The vaccines didn't come. $4 million for 26 ambulances. None came. But that one, NPP see no wrong, see nothing wrong with it. My brother, my sister listening to me. Let us vote these people out and let a different government comes in.
Why do you think, Honorable, do you think this message have sunk deep into the heart of Ghanaians who are going to cause the change?
Many of these issues they don't know, but the cost of kente is known to them.
That's right.
Many of these issues they don't know, but the cost of fuel is known to them. Many of these things they don't know, but the electricity bills in their house is known to them. That should be on the ballot. That is what is going to cause the change. Because the list we have read now is just too much to be compacted into one brain. But as long as you eat, you buy rice, you buy maize, you buy cassava, you can tell the difference. And this is not just this. 644 billion loan has been taken. The reason why our country has been sacked from the capital market is that for the 8 years and still counting, Nanado has borrowed 644 billion.
Well, he's doing a lot of commissioning as a point that yes, I borrowed enough, but I've built enough.
My brother,
Honorable,
this afternoon I drove around the bank square, the new Bank of Ghana. My brother, the project that has been commissioned, masons and artisans are still in it working. But you know the implication of the commissioning of a government project? The implication is that the whole nation has accepted that the job is well done. That is why we cut the scissors, the tape. Now, the person who is building the Bank of Ghana has not completed. But you have accepted that he has done a full job. What are you trying to tell Ghanaians? If this job is stopped at this thing, can you take the contractor to court? He will show pictures that you have commissioned the work. This is the reckless driver of the economy we have ever had. Couple of you remember that in 2016, Kwame Sefakai and others were calling President Mahama Commissioner General. Didn't you hear that name?
Yeah. Honorable Razak Abdul Radio. Your secretary for NDC, Medina constituency, made mention of that.
Yeah.
That President Mahama at the latter part of his government was also equally commissioning a lot, but Ghanaians had already made up their mind, so nothing will happen.
Yes. Oh, that one is true. But I want to drive home a point.
That's right. Go ahead.
That in 2016, Mahama was called Commissioner General. Now, how much debt has Mahama left out? For 8 years, Mahama and late Prof. Mills. Listener, you can take pen and paper and write and compare. You write 111, meaning 111. Add 3 zeros. Bring comma. Bring another 3 zeros. Bring comma and bring another 3 zeros. That makes it 111 billion. That is 8 years loans that Mills Mahama administration took. Now let us look at Nanado. They took 644, comma, 3 zeros, comma, 3 zeros, comma, 3 zeros, full stop, making it 644 billion.
Today we are really doing accounting. Your accounting prowess is
yes.
work.
If you don't do this accounting, this criminal will be deceiving you. And that is why we are talking on top of our voice.
Straight up.
Because even in the Bible, it is said that he who much is given, much is expected.
That's right.
Much is given to Nanado, but he delivered very little. My brother, ask yourself that how much will Agenda 111 cost? Once you have 644 billion, but this government will not finish Agenda 111. Even one. And that is a big question. The question is, what did you use the money for? What did you use the money for? 111 billion and 644 billion. Nanado's debt. Why couldn't we have a monument or a project like University of Ghana Medical Center? Why? They did not build any university. The one that they are putting up in part of Eastern region, they move it from Bangkok Road. That was Muhammad's project. I was in parliament. So when you look at it, you see that Nanado has succeeded as advisedly a criminal on our coffers and deceive our pastors to be look like thieves. Those who are on the board of cathedral. Today when I see them, I feel like I'm seeing thieves. But who made it so? It was Nanado. Because they want to steal the state money, they use the bishops to shield their faces and eyes and stole our $58 million. Professor Mate and all are inside. And that is bad. So I am pleading with the listeners. If the banking sector has affected me, vote out the NPP.
All right.
If NAM1 activities have affected you, vote out the NPP. If today's inflation has affected you, vote them out. If fuel prices have affected you, vote them out. If cocoa farmers, you are a cocoa farmer, you don't receive free fertilizers again, vote them out. You are a business person, the exchange rate has affected you. That should be on the ballot to vote them out. If your electricity bill is killing you, vote them out. If doing so is killing you, but they say it is not doing so, stand on that and vote them out. Because they are telling you that you are telling lies. Meanwhile, you are in a room with so much heat, there is no light. If the DDEP has affected you, vote NPP out. If the National Cathedral has affected you like it has affected me, vote them out. If the 2020 killing of innocent Ghanaians has affected you as a Ghanaian, vote them out. If the 77 billion Addison printed for Nanado without parliamentary approval has cost us so much and has affected you, vote them out. If the cost of doing business, the excise duty on locally manufactured goods has affected you, vote them out. And make sure you vote for the NDC MPs. The only thing you can use on that day when you are giving the paper to know where to vote is the umbrella. Is the umbrella. When you see the umbrella, there will be an empty box on your right hand side of the umbrella. Just put your vote there and get ready for the Asempa, the good news that Mahama administration is going to bring. Mahama administration is telling you that the 24-hour economy is unemployment reduction strategy. The unemployment that is he left with 8 to 8%, now it's 14%. The strategy to reduce this unemployment among the youth is the 24-hour economy, where 3 persons will do one job. Somebody will do in the morning, another will continue in the afternoon, the next one in the night. Hitherto, Ghana, we work for only 8 hours and sleep for 16 hours. Mahama says that with the current unemployment prevalence, we must do something. We must invest in our people. Let us put them into the production of rice to reduce the exchange rate problem on the Ghana city. Let us put them in the land reclamation of the cocoa land. Let us plant cocoa. Let Ghana become the largest producer of cocoa again. We can do it.
All right.
Let Ghana become the oil palm plantation country again. We have Trifo and Praso and Benzo oil palm plantation. We can add 10 more in the forest zones. Let us do it. Let us plant more oranges. Let us do it. And all that I'm mentioning, Odum, Sapele, and others, they are the raw materials for the future industrialization of Ghana. Let us all get our hands on that. Let us give farmers free fertilizer. Let us give women women's bank. Let us give elders with chronic diseases Mahama health care. Let us do that. Let us do that. Let us do that.
Radio.
So that your child, my child, will not be taking passport and be running away from this country.
All right.
Just go around the country and you'll be marveled the level of devastation. NPP government is not good for the next governors, next term governors.
So NPP.
And I am pleading with everybody, vote for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and vote for his parliamentary candidate. That is where you are going to get there, because we need to review the constitution and make sure the power of president is taken away from them. The president should not have the authority to appoint the chief justice. Before we can do that, we must vote for the NDC MPs so that we can review the constitution as such. The president should not have the opportunity to appoint the minister of finance. In the case of Nanado, his own uncle or nephew, who is the one he has appointed. Our purse has gotten into the family bedroom, and that is how we lost our money. Ken Ofurata borrowed money, excuse me to say, like a mad person who have never gone to school, and we are suffering today. He's going to hide somewhere. He is going to hide somewhere. Let us bring this man back to come and answer how he managed our coffers. My brother, the E-blocks, vote for the NDC presidential candidate, vote for the NDC parliamentary candidate.
All right.
The E-blocks, we must have them. So that your child will have a better education. We need to review the pre-SHS and give it a better outlook with a better or a dedicated source of time.
And you are not going to cancel it, right?
Not at all, never. We have started it. Even today, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said it, that Napo is going out to say that we left a bill of 30 million Ghana cedis on free SHS balance sheet. Can you believe this? Today, Napo was making campaign. We have started it. The free SHS started with the e-blocks. Papalos, who brought the e-block? Which government brought the e-block? That was the brain behind.
Papalo Radio.
So we are moving forward. Yes, this time we need to pray.
All right.
Because the devil is not sleeping at all.
That's right.
The devil is not sleeping at all. The devilish plans of NPP, they are not joking. But let us show them that in the days of Goliath, there was David.
Thank you, Honorable.
Papalo Radio.
We'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow you have another opportunity to do this. Thank you very much. We are so grateful.
Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure having you on radio.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so I've been speaking with Honorable Daniel Asiama. We cry for peace. You know what time it is? 5 minutes gone past the hour, 10 p.m. This will draw the curtains on today's program. Forgive us, we had interruptions in the middle of the program. It was beyond our reach or comprehension. All right, show produced by Derek Van D. Our sponsors, Nana One Shoe, Shabak Photography, and Papalofa. Tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'll come your way. But in Mpɔtam, your favorite political and current affairs show, hosted by your very own Papalop FM. Alright, so I came, I saw, and I conquered. Vini Bisi. Good night, sleep tight. See you tomorrow. God bless.
Papalo Radio. Straight up. Lord, we cry for love. In His name. I'll tell you. Papalo Radio. Straight up. Lord, we cry for love in His name. Qu'est-ce que c'est sur Sénégalais? Arrêtez le babalache. C'est moi le tu. Send me back again. Yeah. Now in the back. What you say now? Squad alongside Man and Morris, Babyface. What you say now? Money, Africa money, Papalo Radio. Straight up. Money, Africa money, I got the chop on fuga. In the chop on yanga. I got the chop on yafu. Wow, I got the chop on